Videos of this Python tutorial because it is so cute. Previous videos we have learned about what are classes, objects, init method, which is also called render method, and we have seen what types of classes are there, like how we can write, how we can assign the name of class. So we have done in previous lectures. So in this lecture, we are going to cover one of the most important groups topic that is inheritance. As the word says here, self inheritance means inheriting the property of some parent class. There is a parent class that you are inheriting some properties of that parent. Okay, that is meaning of inheritance. So let's start with inheritance allows us to define a class that inherits all the methods and properties from the another class. Okay. So this is the meaning of inheritance. Okay. Parent class is the class being inherited from, also called base class. Parent class is being inherited. Okay. It is inherited from child class. So parent class also called base class. So let's see child class. What does mean child class? Child class is that inheritance inherits from another class, also called parent class. Inherits from another class means there is a parent class and child class inheriting the property, or if you can say methods of all the method inheriting in child. Then let's see how we can create a parent class. Any class can be a present, so the syntax is same as creating any other class. Okay, so the syntax will be same for every. So you can see here example is given. Create a class. We have to create a class name is person with first name and last name properties and a print name method. Okay, so let's first of all we have to created a class. Class name is person. After that we have to making a class this let's say this parent class. Okay, so the parent class is this one f init self fname dot comma l1. Okay, after that we are inheriting what we are inheriting this property self dot name and class name. We are inheriting properties of that. So when we will print, we do print. You can simply say John Doe because first name is respectively to this. It is John and then self dot class name is Doe. John Doe is example. So if you want to write this example in your copy, you can write this. So let's see further how we can create a child class. Okay. To create a class that inherits the functionality from another class, set the parent class as a parameter when creating a child class. For example, create a class named student. You have named the class student, which will inherit the properties and methods from the person class only. Person class. Person is our that parent class. Let's if you want to use the pass keyword when you do not want to add any other properties. Okay, when you don't want to add any other properties, use pass. Okay, for example, here you can say use the student class to create an object and then execute println. Let's say we have taken a variable student Mike also. So when you will print, what you will get same Mike also. Okay. How we can add init function. So far, we have created a child class. Okay, we have seen how we can create child class that inherits the properties and methods of its parent. We want to add the init. This is also called tender method. Tender means double underscore function to the child class. instead of the pass keyword. Okay. If you don't want to use like pass keyword, but you want to use child class, okay. So how you can add like this? First you create a class, student person, this is our child class, and defining it. So let's see what when you add the init function, the child class will no longer inherit the parent function. Okay, you can remember this. When you add the init function, okay, when you will add the init function, the child class will no longer, it will no, child class will not inherit the parent's init function. The child's init function overrides the inheritance of the parent's init function. Keep the inheritance of the parent's function, add a call to parent. Okay, you have to do like this. This is the example you can say. Now we have used this init method. So let's say now we have successfully added the init function and kept the inheritance of the parent class and we are ready to add functionality. Okay. This is super function. Python also has a super function that will make the child class inherit all the methods and the properties from its parents. Okay. So what does super function do? It will make the child class inherit all the methods and properties from its parent. You can see we are getting out of it my concept. Same output with this one. Let's see how you can add properties. If you add like the student's year, graduation year, in which college he is studying, you can add like so self dot graduation year 2019. In output, you can see 2019, which is year. We are accessing here year, not this name. We are accessing this. So this is the syntax for accessing graduation year. If you want to note down, you can note down. I am waiting for it. Yeah, I hope so. You have noted down this example. Add a year. Let's see if you want to add year like this, what you will get. You get same output. Okay. Previously, we have added same. Like we have separately added below the super method. But here we are not assigned a value. We have assigned a variable student. Let's see if you want to add methods like welcome to the student class. How you can first of all you have to make a class, a student person child class, and you have to define it first name, last name, and year, and the graduation year variable. So this is how you can greet or like you can welcome students. Welcome first name, last name. Welcome like welcome. What is the previous one? Yes. Welcome my also to the class of 2019. Let's see. Welcome my also to the class of here. The graduation year is taken 2024. If you add a method in the child class with the same name as a function in the parent class, the inheritance of the parent method will be overridden. Then let's say some questions and seeking what is the correct keyword to use inside an empty class? Avoid getting an error. If you are getting error, so which keyword you will use? Empty, inherit, or pass? I have already told you which keyword you are using and why you don't want to. If you don't want to write that keyword, it is correct for you. In this question, it is asked to use inside an empty class. If there is an empty class, to get an error, to avoid getting an error, which keyword you will use? Okay, so solve by yourself first. So, we will use pass on pass keyword to avoid getting an error. So let's go on the next topic, which is our polymorphism. Hmm. Let's start our polymorphism. The word polymorphism means many forms. Poly means many forms. This poly means this poly means many forms. Okay, and in programming, it refers to methods, function, operators with the same name that can be executed on many objects or classes. Okay. Let's say function polymorphism, an example of a Python function that can be used on different objects is the len function. String. For strings, len function return the number of characters. Okay, as you know, I already tell you many times what is the use of this keyword len. Len means find the length of any like character, any given character. So when you will print here, you will get simply 12. When you will count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. These are the from here it is 12 characters. So this is the len function. Okay. For tuples, it returns the number of items. Like how many items are there? There is apple, banana, and cherry. So it will print 3. Okay, this is length function in tuple. Let's see length function in dictionary. For dictionaries, length returns the number of key value pairs. Like how many key value pairs are there? Like brand is and the first keyword key value pair and model, year, chassis number. Let's say like this. Here you can see there is four like brand, model, and year. So we will get simply three. Three will be answer. Okay, so let's start our class polymorphism. Polymorphism is often used in class methods where we can have multiple classes with the same method name. For example, we have three classes, car, boat, and plane. They all have a method called move. You know, plane also move, boat also move, car also move. So we are naming a method name move. Different classes with the same pair method. You can see this we have previously done, After what's new? This move cell. This is polymorphism. Many forms are there. You can see this is first form, this is second form, this is third form. Okay, so what it will print? You can see drive, sail, fly. Why? Because move cell here is fly, here is fly. Above that sail, sail is for boat, as you know. Drive is for car. There are many forms, so that's why it is called polymorphism. If you want to note down this example, you can note down. First it is creating class and defining as in one. Okay, please note down if you want to know. So I hope everyone noted down this example. We have some hold, sorry for that. So voice is less now. I am trying to make and it is clear too much. So let's start inheritance class mode polymorphism. What about classes with child classes with the same name? Can we use polymorphism? Think about this. So our answer will be yes. If we use the example above and make a parent class called vehicle and make car, plane, boat child classes of vehicle. Okay, you can know you you will know you have no sorry. You are knowing vehicle. When you, anyone say what is vehicle, you can say car, boat, plane. These all the vehicles. So this is our vehicle, which is parent class we are making, and child classes are car, boat, plane. Okay, that's it. Creating a class vehicle, we have created a class named vehicle. After that, we are moving. Okay, first vehicle, this, with a separate. In this, we are creating some model name also. If you can see, here is Ford, Mustang, no, Ibiza, Touring 20, Sail, Boeing 747, Fly. Okay, you can see how we are accessing item, this model, brand, okay, how this is working. So this is example. If anyone want to note down, please note down. Otherwise, we will go further. Our output will be this. Okay, so let's see further. Okay, child classes inherits the properties and methods from the parent class. As you know, child means which inherit, which have DNA of parent, of their parent. Okay, that means inheriting. In the example above, you can see that the car class is empty. You can see here, class of car is empty. You can see here we have used pass, but it inherits the brand, model, and both from vehicle. It inherits the property from brand, brand, sorry, brand, model, and both from vehicle, which is parent class. The boat and plane all classes also inherit brand, model, both from vehicle, but they both override override the move method. Overriding means override. It's like for example, you can say for boat we have here fly. Sorry, for plane. This is for plane. This is for boat. So it overrides. It means if you create both overriding. So let's go on exercise. Okay, true or false. One object cannot have a method with the same name as another object's method. It is true or false. What will be answer? If so, wh- which is correct? The answer will be false. Why it is false? In OOPS, object-oriented programming, different objects can have methods with the exact same name. There is no any issue. This is a fundamental concept known as polymorphism. Okay, so in OOPS, different objects can have methods with the exact same name. There is nothing to worry. So we have covered our polymorphism also. Let's go on encapsulation. In Python encapsulation, okay, let's start our encapsulation topic. Encapsulation is about protecting data inside a class. If you have a class, you also have to protect it. So that's why we are using encapsulation. It means keeping data properties and methods together in a class while controlling how the data can be accessed from outside the class. This prevents accidental changes to the data and hides the internet details. Please note down this word in encapsulation. It hides the internal detail. Like you have a YouTube channel. YouTube, if you have some Google account also, okay. For that, you have to protect your data. In that algorithm, we are using encapsulation. Okay. Private properties. In Python, you can make properties private by using a double underscore. If you use double underscore, that means it is a private property and the other person cannot access it. As you can see in example, create a private class property named age. Okay. When you will make a private property, you have to use double underscore, getter method, like getter only. It's double underscore. Okay. So let's see how we can create a private class. First of all, as you know, we are creating a class with class name, defining in it self name is, we are accessing name, and you can see we are privating our age. Here it is private, privating its age. Okay. If you want to if you want to private your name, you also can do this. Okay, let's say this. This is causing error because the age is private. Let's say if I want to act- print the age, and if I want to like this, want to private our name, private, I want to private name. So let's see what will be answer. Removing age private property and adding to the name. Let's run our code. So it is giving us this error because this is encapsulation, which gives error. The private properties, privacy is in today's day-to-day life, it is very important. Private properties cannot be accessed directly from outside the club. Get private property value. If you want to access, like, what is the private property value, how you can access this method? Class name. You are defining self, name, and age. After that, you are calling. This is called calling. By running this, you can get age. You will get age. Okay. This is how you can access. This is set private property value. To modify a private property, you can create a setter method like this. By using, if you can see, if else, if age is this, you must private, otherwise it will print. If you want to note down this example, you can note down. Okay, so let's see further why we use an encapsulation. Encapsulation provides several benefits. Data protection prevents accidental modification of data. Validation, you can validate data before setting. If you want validation, you can validate. Flexibility, internal implementation can change without affecting external code. You have full control over how data is accessed. Okay, if you want to note down this example also, it is using encapsulation to protect and validate data. You can note down this. Okay. Protected properties. Let's see. Python also has a convention for protected properties using a underscore only. If you want a protected property by using only single icon. For private properties, we use double underscore. Okay. A single underscore is just a convention. It tells other programmer that the property is intended for internal use, but Python does not enforce this restriction. This is Python private methods. This is what okay, let's see one question on this. How do you make a private property private in Python? By using a single underscore, by using double underscore, by using the only private keyword. So I have already talked that this tell you in deeply how you can use, how you can property private, how you can do your private properties. So which is the correct? Please choose one answer. So for property private, we use always double underscore. We use protected, protect our this for protecting you can say protected properties, we use only single address code. Okay. So our correct answer will be second option. Okay. So what we have done in this lecture, we have done encapsulation, polymorphism, which has means many forms. Okay. Inheritance, how child class inherits the property of its parent class. So I hope you all have enjoyed this lecture. This lecture is of OOPS. So this is our last lecture of this Python tutorial beginner series. So if in future you will need some practice question, I will surely upload it. Okay, so thank you everyone. I hope you all enjoyed.